Hey guys, welcome back. Time for our third line. I'm quite excited for it, to be honest. I think, I let the game run a bit. I went to the gym after recording the second part of the second episode. So we do have some money in the bank. Hopefully, we don't need to run it too long because, yeah, I was running it at like 100 times speed and it still takes a minute of your time to watch me fast forward through that. So I might go ahead and skip the fast forwarding and just get to the juicy bits. Hopefully future me did you all a favor if you're not interested in listening to this monologue and told you where to skip to. If not, thanks for listening, I guess. But yeah, anyway, a couple changes. First off, I have heating. So yes, Nikki, I'm quite happy with that. I also changed some settings on my mic a little bit, so I think that might fix like directly on the mic, so that might make it a bit better now. I mean, of course, if I think the sound quality is okay, but I'd like to use this series and by the end of it to have the kind of sounds dialed in. It's never going to be perfect, right? I don't have a sound treated room. I don't have a super expensive mic. I'm still using USB, not doing XLR and stuff like that. So it's never going to be perfect, but we can still optimize it, right? It's always about getting a little bit better each time. And Sizzy, we almost had an issue because I over the past week I upgraded after many years. I finally decided to retire my Intel 5820K from back in the day. My first and only CPU I've ever had. I've had many graphics cards, but only one CPU and motherboard. And I found a fantastic deal on a new not a new on a 13700K, and I hot swapped it into my computer without really doing much besides backing up the main drive. I assumed the secondary drive, it was just some games and stuff like that, but ones that I don't play very often. So I didn't care that much to back up a terabyte of data. And for some reason, despite this game being, I think, 600 MB, I put this on the backup drive. And the main drive, when I started up the first time, so I just swapped the motherboard and the CPU and the air cooler, or the liquid cooler, I should say, with a new one, much bigger, and it was completely fine. Everything worked. There's an issue with Bluetooth not working right now. That's a bit annoying for me when I'm online with friends, but it is what it is. I can deal with that, and some of the USB ports don't work on my case, but fine, whatever. But I realized, yeah, okay, I need to plug in the secondary drive, and that did not go so well. I think that drive, I can see the data is on the drive with this genius, but I cannot access the data. And then I realized, yeah, the Subway Builder for some reason was on the secondary drive. So I thought I lost this save because I lost the game. And I tried for like 2 days to recover it. And yeah, there was not much luck on that. So I was like, all right, here we go. Let's start a new series. I'm gonna be that guy who constantly has issues in his whatever personal life and stuff like that, and or just can't stick to a series. There's a YouTuber I'm watching for cities that I think he's fantastic, but he just doesn't stick to the same city each time. And when he claims he will, and then he always changes. And it's like, dude, I really like what you do. Your videos are fantastic, but I kind of just want to sit back and get locked in, you know? And you can't do that. But then I decided to re-download Subway Builder. Again, it tried to install on the new secondary drive, which was like, dude, actually there wasn't even a secondary drive plugged in yet. It was still trying to download onto a non-existent secondary hard drive. So I put it on the main drive and I opened it up and I was like, you know what, just for the laughs, I'm gonna open load game. And then I realized that it had saved everything. So the saves were on my main drive, even though the game was on the secondary drive, which I think is a bit crazy given how small the game is. But alas, Sizzy, we can still continue seeing how much I mess up the metro system in your city. So yeah, with that, let's dive into it. I think, yeah, 5 minutes. That's a decent monologue, not too long. Anyway, what do we want to do today? I don't know. So I was looking at it and I was thinking. I last episode I had mentioned that I would like to. I was considering building down to here. So I think coming from is it Washington? Ninth Street in building down, and I think I want to do that still. Should be an easy episode. And then we can go up this street, which is called Massachusetts Ave. I could not say Massachusetts as a kid. I don't even know if I can currently, to be honest. And then we can go up. No. What else can we do? There's some stuff here, but there's nothing to. No, okay, there's that. Oh, and there's that. Got two worker hotspots. I mean, this is clearly going to come from the Kennedy line. I think I I could branch. So Kennedy line goes up here. No, it's just going to be the Kennedy line up. I think that would make sense. It's a big, expensive expansion, but it's for another day. I want to really build out the core a bit more in proper American fashion, I think, right? Oversaturate the core and then kind of forget about the suburbs. Seems to be quite common. I don't know if you agree. Just the feeling I get. So I think we're going to build to this little block of workers. And the reason why is I also was looking and I know I really want to connect Reagan National. It's something I really want to do. I think that's the thing I want to do the most, other than DC just being like, please, 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 please build a lopsided rectangle line. That has to happen. You hold me accountable for that. I absolutely want to build a rectangle line. I'm not going to call it the circle line because it's not a circle. It's technically not a rectangle, it's a quadrilateral. But we'll call it the rectangle line. I think. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I want to build Reagan National, but I actually want to build it as a ring line. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see. It's going to be a big effort because it's going to have to connect up with the Washington line. It probably needs to go in the core. But let's first build what I'm going to call the Madison line. Second president of the United States, if I understand correctly. Also not a Democrat, Republican, or Whig. He's a Federalist, I think. So we get another color we can use. Actually, I don't know what color the Federalists were. I didn't even check if green makes sense for Washington. I guess green means go for America, is I guess the logic I had. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna take credit for. And yeah, so I think we're just gonna build a nice basic line. We go. What street was it? Massachusetts Ave. Yeah, up Massachusetts Ave. Hopefully, it has a connection with F Street. We link up in Washington, or we have an interchange at Washington. We directly connect into Kennedy Street, and then we branch off and go to this kind of an office or industrial complex that we have over here. Let's go back to residence and start building stations. Still a metro. It's a core line. I'll suffer a little bit on the wait if that means we have something built for the future. Build it here. That could be a nice line. You're kind of stretching it on that one, but you can hope. This could be a nice one. And then I hope. Does this connect? It doesn't. Oh. Can we make it connect? It really should be an interchange, and I'm not sure how it handles. We might have to kind of circumvent the game a little bit on it. Like, how close do we need to be? Like, will this count? First street? It's F Street. I think these hitboxes need to touch, which is quite tight. I mean, it really should be a bigger hitbox, let's be honest. Hmm. I really want them to be connected. I think we can make it work. We just can move F Street over. Oh, is it deep as well? It is probably deep. Oh, this is going to be expensive. Yeah, we can move F Street over and then kind of line up the hitboxes. It's not going to look as pretty. Or actually, let's build it. Let's see if it works. If we're actually getting any connections. If we're not getting connections, then we might need to get a little bit more creative. As an FYI on this game, it's quite a hassle to, you have to basically delete the lines, then you can delete the tracks. It's not an easy situation to deal with, so we're going to try to avoid that if possible. So we need to be a deep level line. How deep is this? Uh, delete tracks. Yeah, we're going to build an expensive one here, actually, I realized, because we just need to make sure that we're getting underneath. So yeah, I mean, this is a bit further over than I would like, but I think we have to kind of stick with that. There's a potential to build a station here, but I don't see... It's so close, though. You know, you can transfer if you're that lazy, I think. It's kind of an awkward distance. We could build it and then make it a ghost city, ghost station. Are we gonna build up anything over here? Yeah, doesn't feel like. I'd rather build up this street, so I don't think we're gonna have any reason to connect here. I don't know. Let's see how expensive it is. We might build it because it's such a hassle to, in the current state at least, to kind of delete things or change things, I should say. Let's go ahead and we might go ahead and just build it, and then we can just kind of ignore it if we don't want to use it. Is my thought. Uh, so we're gonna terminate here. What do we have here? Oh, but I want to get. I don't think it should terminate here. I think. I mean, I don't even how many people are here. Um, it's not a lot of demand. 315. Oops. And like versus this is 7,000, so it seems almost exponential. I keep doing this mistake. I'm just trying to see what demand there is. 424. Does it make sense to add an extra station? You'd be a nice guy. This looks very suburban. If I'm looking at this from a map, it doesn't feel like there would be a train here. So I'm going to choose to ignore it. Sorry for now. And also on that basis, I want to connect all three of these dots. We need to make sure we get the most. So we will build it as a deep level station. This is basically going to be the first proper deep level line, but we don't need to go that deep. There we go. And I think this one was cut and cover. Here we go. Let's hope it's not too painful. Oh no. I think we did 9. I feel like we did 9. Yes. We did 9. Let's branch that off. That was purely by luck. I had no memory of what depth we built at. Let's go back to 4. Yeah, we need a better tool for this. It's gonna be a little wonky. It's okay because it needs to curve anyway. You double click, I guess. Okay, let's. So we're gonna have to, because we're gonna go back to Tondorf Road because we're gonna have to do some sort of deep level build. So let's just go ahead and bite the bullet. Why do you want to curve so much? Let's do it. I mean, we're going deep level, so we can just go right under. There we go. And we can go back to shallow. Don't do a big S bend. Ooh, you do a big S bend. Ew, that's yucky. That's yucky. Let's do something pretty. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could follow the road, but nah, let's go a bit higher speed. Oh no, and this is gonna be painful. These are at the same height. Ooh. Oh, we can. We can have an intersection. So it's gonna. These are actually. I guess this is completely a guess. I guess it will actually just cross. So you'd have like a crossing within the tunnel. I think some people will not be happy with that. I kind of think it's cool. So we're gonna go with that. Let's go ahead and let the game run at a slow pace. Oh, what are we doing here? Okay, insufficient funds. Since when do you ever say that? Oh, it's expensive. It's expensive. Hmm. This would build deep level. Yeah, this is an expensive build. That's fine. Not everything can be cheap, but I like everything cheap. Well, that's life. Is that it? Nope. Oh, we got two more. I think the station. It's fine. It's still within the bounds. Oh wow, that came out perfect. That was as lined up as it could get. So how much does it cost? Yeah, you know what? That's not horrible. Oh no, no, wait. Most important thing. Oh no. I'm not going deep level just for this. Some imminent domain on the government building here. I imagine it's like a nice little, oh, what's it called? Like in a park where you like it's a little covered thing where people can sit around. It's usually like in a circular shape and people eat there. I forget what it's called. The word has missed me. But it's going. Sorry. It's way cheaper to just bulldoze it. Ugh, sorry. And let's put a crossover there. Let's take a look. How are we looking? I think it's interesting. We get two, ideally three interchanges out of it. The question is, does it add any value to the network? Yeah. But it is a line that's not directly in the core. You've only built one in the core, though. It's a fair point, and you were worried you're going to build too much in the core. Yeah, so okay, so this is going to be the last inner line, right? I think at some point we're going to need to start kicking out and really adding some value to our travelers. Yeah, because I was thinking, I was tempted to build something here, but you just what? Let's watch for a moment. We're going to see that people will walk this distance any moment now. Yeah, so they walk from here to here, which means they can walk to here. So we don't need a line. It makes it so that they would, if we put a line up here, then of course they would take the metro more often, which you can see if we go to demand statistics. Let's take this blob. Okay, only 1.2% take it. So yeah, people are not taking it too much, but that's, that's fine. No, I think that's it. So I guess this is gonna be another short episode because I want to build to Reagan National. I want the airport line, and I think that will probably be a two-parter, to be fair. So with that, I'm gonna let the game run for a bit, and I will come back when it's done. Well, when we have enough money. See you soon. All right, guys, welcome back. So I've decided I'm just gonna skip the intermission. It was about 30 minutes and counting, so I would have to speed it up to 500 times or something crazy to keep it within a minute. So I'm just gonna skip it. Well, I did just skip ahead, and you're seeing that right now. And let's go ahead and build the line. Now, during the break, I did go ahead and buy a couple extra trains just because the Washington line was getting full, and I wanted to try to get a little bit more money. And unfortunately, I guess the costs have more than offset that. So not much we can do about that. I think what we're going to need to do is I had wanted to build kind of a ring line or some type of line connecting Reagan National, but I think ultimately, oops, let's go to demand. We're really going to need to start expanding. One of these lines out here, out here, out here, out here, down here. We need to add some proper distance to one of these lines to the next episode. So it won't be a new line next episode, but it will be a significant expansion. Otherwise, we're never going to generate enough capital. Yeah. So with that, we're just a little bit short. I'm just going to go ahead and take out this bond just because it's going to have to run so long anyway to collect money going forward that it doesn't really matter. And I kind of just want to see the line going. So let's go to the build menu. Let's build it. There we go. I've decided we're going to keep 2nd Street and F Street separate for now because I'm curious if connections work without them being designated as a single stop like they are here. If it doesn't work and we're not getting connections, then at some point we will do a short, brief, partial episode to fix that so they are connected and it will look a little bit less appealing, but the connection I think is going to be critical. So yeah, let's go ahead and build this new line. The atoms. Ooh, I don't like yellow. Sorry. Nah. No, it's gotta be pink. Well, it's not pink. I don't know what you would call this. It's not a proper pink. Okay, so we have the atom line. Atoms, plural. Let's go ahead and start at Tandorf. This is a bit of a gap here, but I'm gonna leave it. I think we need a little bit of distance in between some stations. Same here. I just don't see the value add by putting a station here, given how far we know they walk. Down to 2nd Street, down to 4th Street, down to 11th Street, and to 18th Street. Confirm changes. And yeah, let's just start with 1 and 1. Yeah, I like the pink. Pinkish. Purpley pink. Let's go ahead and run the game. Go ahead and put the sound on. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, I just think we have some time, so we can discuss a little bit. Hang on, I need to sneeze. All right, I'm back. And because I really wanted to also build up this street, and I think I'm still gonna do it. I just think it's a super nice line. The Truman line's just a bit too far over, but I noticed that we have this street, Arkansas Way, so we could actually have it kind of connect up and then have a terminus there. Basically, what I want to do, I think, is we're gonna build up to here, and at first it will run through the Truman line. But eventually, what will happen is we'll have a new line that goes down here into the core, and the Truman line will have like a terminus at an interchange, so that it'll stop at the same station, and let this center line kind of run all the way up north. It's my goal. I don't know if we'll do that next episode, or we might build out to here. We could also branch to here. No, I don't feel it. All right, let's take a look at the trains. Let's slow it down a little bit. Yeah, so the Washington line was getting quite busy. We can see here 30% of people are taking transit on the Washington line, so that's nice. It's quite a cool feature that you can just not, if you don't mess it up, see how much people take what. So 48% are taking transit. So the transit is working for some people. It's just, here it's 5%. It's a big blob, but only 5% are using transit. So we really want to fix that long term. And we will. It will come with time. Yeah, let's take a look. 7 trains running. Adams Line does have its first people. Cool. Yeah, 341 at the terminus. That's not bad. That's a good start. Oh, okay, it's getting really busy. Wow, 831. We almost maybe can add another train. Wow, interesting. A lot of people got off there. Interesting. So people are not taking it to go over here. Let's see if people get on here. No one. So no one wants to go out here. To pick anyone up? On Tandorf? Let's just watch it on the way back. Yeah, nobody's getting picked up. We'll do one more go and then we'll call it. Okay, we got some people. Okay, get some more people. And we're losing some. Oh, but there's some people here, so this should be a pretty crowded train coming back. 300. It's not bad. Yeah, okay. So there's potential here. I think it'll get better. I think it would be a lot better if there was a connection here. Oh, yeah, it's getting busy. Do people walk? No, they don't seem to be connecting. Interesting. I would have expected there to be some people getting on here. Let's see how it develops in the next episode and go from there. Yeah, you can see the Washington line gets a bit full. But yeah, anyways, with that, I wish you a good one. And yeah, I guess we're not doing the Reagan line for episode 4. Or maybe we are. Let's find out. Let's see how it. I'll let it run when I'm off camera, and we'll kind of see if we're making more money than before. We are making more money than before, so that's nice. And we can kind of play it by ear, I think. And that's always the most fun way to do it. So with that, I wish you a good one. Have a good day.